back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack podcast. As always, we've got myself, we got Big Mo, we got Trent. You can see our X handles if you want to follow us on X. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel, please take a half a second, click subscribe. It is free for you, but it does a ton for us in regards to getting our content out into the world. Also, if you're looking to sponsor anything we're doing in 2025, you can email us at attacktherack3333@gmail.com. We're recording this Thursday night. This comes out Friday, February 28th, the last day of February. Tomorrow, fellas, is March, and we are ready for some March Madness. In your worlds, although it's February, March Madness has already begun. Trent, unfortunately, your team bowed out last night. Phenomenal season. I got to see you guys play 5 times. Always enjoyable to watch you guys play. Congrats on a great season. Real tough loss last night. Had a good, had a good shot.
Yeah, that one stung a little bit. We played well though, just not well enough to finish it out. But yeah, it was a good year. Outright second in the conference. 14 wins, I think. So yeah, successful season.
For sure. And Trent, you and myself, we're gonna tonight, this airs on Friday night, we're gonna go check out Big Mo's team, the Hope College Flying Dutchman, playing in their conference semifinals. Is that correct? Conference semifinals, Big Mo?
That is correct.
And
Go.
you
At
guys
Calvin,
are,
we'll see. We'll see,
yeah,
right?
at Calvin,
You got tournament time, baby.
isn't it great? This is the best time of the year.
You never know. Anybody can win.
Once March rolls around, you throw all the records out the window, don't you?
You do. Everybody's 0-0.
Yeah. So you guys are playing at Calvin University, but you're playing against Trine.
Correct. Calvin is the host team. They're the number 1 seed.
And you guys split with Trine in the regular season.
We did.
And then Calvin plays who in the other semifinal contest?
I think they play Olivet.
Okay. All right. And so then the winners of those 2 contests will battle it out for the MIAA championship and an automatic berth in the NCAA Division III tournament.
You got it. You got
Saturday.
it.
Yeah.
On Saturday night.
And then
You only get one.
I mean, it just depends on the year. This year it could be 1 or 2.
Okay.
Depending on who wins it and how Friday night goes.
Yep. Okay.
And there's a new calculation to determine I think besides the automatic qualifiers, there's like a new calculation they're using this year in the Division III realm. So,
all right.
So we'll find out. It'll be interesting to see.
Sunday night, right? Sunday.
Usually Selection Sunday, Kurt.
Sunday night, yeah. This Sunday night, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Big Mo. As I said, Trent and I will be in attendance. We'll probably have some Go Big Mo signs.
Sure.
We're excited.
Nobody will know what you're talking about.
Everyone's like, "Who's Big Mo?
Who's that? Who are these guys?
Big
Who are
Mo,
they cheering for? Are they at the right game?"
Yeah.
Big Mo, you did say you got recognized, right, by some students?
Well, students in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're calling you Big Mo?
Well, under their breath. They wouldn't do that to my face, but
All right, Big Mo.
They must have tuned into the show at some point.
All right. Well, we've already dove into some college basketball here, the Division III level. Let's just keep going. College basketball. Again, it is March is approached. I believe selection show for Division I tournament, March Madness selection show will probably be, I think it would be the 16th, I believe. So a little over 2 weeks away. Last night, we all met up after Trent's game for a late night meal, and we were able to, we missed the Michigan State Maryland game, but we saw all the highlights. Michigan State defeats Maryland in a very low scoring game on a half court buzzer beater. Super exciting. Michigan State, big win against Michigan. They right now they're rolling. They're back on track. I think they're ranked number 8 in the country. What What do you guys think? They got a legitimate shot at making a run to the Final Four?
Ah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's just different because they don't have like a true superstar,
Right.
and then it. So I mean, they have some depth, which is good. If they can make some threes, I think that really makes them pretty good because their two bigs are solid. But yeah, they're on a roll. ESPN's got them at a 2 seed currently
Oh,
in,
well,
in
I
the
mean,
tournament.
I guess that would make sense mathematically at this point if you're
True,
ranked.
if they're 8. Yep.
You mentioned the 3-point shooting. If I correct me if I'm wrong, Big Mo, they are not uh, too much of a 3-point shooting threat.
Well, I think in the middle of the year, I think they were maybe the worst 3-point shooting team, maybe in Division One. Ooh.
Wow.
That's probably that's not fact check, please. But I think the ability that they're going to defend well, probably take care of the ball. They're going to almost be in every game. So if they make shots, huge advantage. If they're, I think their depth can obviously be a factor, but I do think it's to me it's a good and bad, right? You don't have a stud to lean on who can get you maybe a bucket whenever you need it.
Hmm.
Um, they kind of done that by committee, game by game.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can be tough, I think, when you get into the tournament. Um, because then you're kind of if you start to um uh waver a little bit, it's in who is called upon to make that next big shot. And sometimes if you got to do that by committee, that can be tough.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Guys, I'm just really falling in love here with St. John's this year. Uh,
Roll with the St. John's.
yeah, I just this is probably the first hat I've bought in about 30 years. Just arrived today via Amazon, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about my hat. First hat purchase, like I said, in a good 30 years, if not longer. Um, I love watching them play. I watched them destroy UConn a few nights ago. I still, I don't know. Are you guys um, bailing on UConn at this point? I mean, they're not ranked. I think they got 9 losses now. I think Danny Hurley's got to be one of the best coaches in the country. First time I've really watched an entire UConn game. They look pretty rough. I will admit.
Yeah.
Seen
And
them
I
play
think,
out.
remember he made that comment to the ref or something where he was like, I'm the
The
best
best.
effing coach in basketball, da da da. I think after that comment, they haven't done very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them out of here. They had their time to shine. Get them out.
Here's the thing: they know what they're doing, so they definitely can be a threat in the tournament because of just because of Hurley probably, and I'm sure they return enough people to make it at least interesting. Um, Kurt, with 9 losses and being the best coach in Division One, reminds me of a comment that you might make is maybe Hurley's got to Gizzo.
Well, I don't know about that, Big Mo, after back-to-back national
So
championships.
I've heard you say plenty of times about my man Izzo. So
Izzo's got to Gizzo. No, it's just fun to say because it kind of rhymes.
sure, sure, sure.
Oh, Izzo's one of my favorite coaches, and the thing is like everyone always talks about how great he is in March, and you can never count out a Michigan State team. It's kind of been a while, I think, since he's had any real success though in the tournament.
Yeah, and then he benched his NBA guy that one year, uh, Jaron Jackson Jr.,
Yeah.
and then he played some other guy instead, and they lost. And then it was like all hell broke loose at Michigan State because there are 5 stars on the bench. I think he played like 12 minutes in the game.
What do you remember? What year or what game that was?
Something's telling me Syracuse.
So Big Mo and I, it was at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone was telling me Syracuse though.
Yeah. If it was, Big Mo and I were at that game.
Do you remember him not playing much? Or
They
man,
couldn't figure out the zone, so I
Yeah.
do think they went with a different combination because he wasn't getting it done
yeah,
in the zone.
man.
Sometimes that's the kryptonite to those NBA players.
Yeah. Can't beat the zone busters.
Meet the zone
Oh,
buster, baby.
that day they could not do anything against Jim Boeheim, Syracuse 2-3 zone defense.
Yeah, man.
Which should lead us right into Jim Boeheim's comments.
Yeah, what do you think? So, pretty bold statement from Jim Boeheim saying Cooper Flag from Duke is the best one and done he's ever seen in college basketball. Now, Cooper Flag is trying to say that he potentially may come back for another year at Duke. I think anyone with a functioning brain probably doesn't buy that. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? I mean, what's so crazy about it is that Carmelo Anthony played for Jim Boeheim he was a one and done and won a national championship.
Hmm.
I don't know, it's a bold statement to make. I think you can certainly argue that Cooper Flag is the best one and done of all time, but to hear that out of Jim Boeheim's mouth when he literally had Carmelo Anthony to me is crazy.
Yeah, and I think as the social media impact has become bigger, it's similar to Zion in a way, just internet sensation because he's all over the place. Um, I think Cooper Flag I mean, talent wise, he does everything. He can do it all. He defends, he can shoot it, high flyer. Um, I guess I haven't seen a ton of Duke games this year either, which is tough, but I've seen some highlights of him, and he seems like he's pretty dominant in college. And then he went off in the summer against the NBA, the USA team,
Yeah,
which probably helped his stock as well. That was probably enough for some NBA scouts. Was like, oh, I only need to see him once. But yeah, then I also saw that Brad Underwood made some comments about him staying because he's so good for college basketball and that college basketball is in a good spot. And he's like, whoever comes up with that payment or whatever should probably pitch that to him to
sure.
try to keep him around. So, I mean, I think college basketball is in the right spot. They're not quite to like the snagging guys before they enter the portal like college football is doing right now. But I think talent wise, he's probably one of the best talents since uh, like Anthony Davis, John Wall, D
Oh,
Rose ish type players.
for
Uh,
sure.
Put him in that category. So I don't think Bam's wrong, but it's hard when you coached Melo and won a national championship when Melo was pretty lights out as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wonder what he's basing the stats on, just if it's what he's done this year so far, or because obviously Carmelo won an NCAA championship,
Mm-hmm.
um, averaging almost 21 and 10, shooting 50% from the arc, you
That's
know. So think about that. Um, and then you got to compare him to guys like Kevin Durant,
yeah, that's another one.
Anthony Davis, D Rose. Is he gonna I mean, can he be better in the NBA than he is in college? I mean, that'll be or is he basing it just on he's just the best one and done college player ever? And is that going to translate into a Kevin Durant type of career, or
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, then you look at Duke's page on ESPN, and then they have like the team leaders at the top, and he leads them in everything:
Yeah,
Yeah.
points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
yeah.
And they're
So
dang good. I mean, and he's playing on a
they are
different
good.
team. It's not like he's playing with a bunch of scrubs.
True. They are good. Yeah. They got, he scores 20, rebounds about 8 a game, 4 assists, steal and a half, and a block a game. And his turnover numbers aren't too bad either. And shoots 38% from three.
Just don't want to give him the ball late.
Oh,
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 true. He did
shots.
have a couple early. That was
He did.
early. That
That
was
was
early,
early.
though.
That was early.
Yeah.
Shots thrown, man. Shots thrown.
Yeah, the late game stuff. Yeah. Because then
I'm
he
sure he's
passed
been
it up.
better now. I have not watched a full game of him play. I probably need to do that soon.
'Cause I think the one game where he turned it over a couple times at the end of the game, I think there was another game that was close like that, and he gave up the ball. So
Oh,
he must be all
was
over social
hey,
media. But
hey. That's again,
That's so
that is
good.
the nice thing. If you have a stud like that, I think that leads you to do well in the tournament compared to maybe having to rely on a different variety of guys,
Yeah,
or say like Michigan State.
yeah, yeah. Because at least you know where the ball's going at the end of the game
Yeah,
versus state, where it's like, who wants it, and then
yeah,
they kind of
yep,
just pass it around.
yep.
Well, one thing for sure is I think Cooper Flag has a big part in this. This has just been a great college basketball season, one that I think better than we've seen in a long time. I think there's just a cast of characters right now that are really making college basketball, um, you know, really, really good again, which I don't know if it has been in a while when you got, a Rick Pitino back coaching a team from New York. I think is great for college basketball. Obviously, UConn with the 9 losses this year, not a great record, not even ranked in the top 25. But somebody like a Danny Hurley and his character, um, you know, personality, coaching at a big time program like a UConn makes college basketball that much more exciting and more fun. And then, as we mentioned, Cooper Flag, phenomenal player, type of player we have not seen in college basketball in a long, long time. Playing at a big time program like Duke, ranked number 2 in the country. For us here in the Midwest, Big Ten country, we've got some really good teams in the Big Ten this year, including both Michigan and Michigan State, both currently ranked in the top 15. Michigan playing tonight. Again, it's Thursday when we're recording, so when this comes out, you'll know the results. But Michigan back at it again tonight against Rutgers. Big win earlier in the week on the road at Nebraska, recovering nicely from their loss to Michigan State. Um, Florida's back. Florida, back-to-back national champions 15-ish years ago. They're back. They're good. Um, it's been a lot of fun um, watching college hoops this year. And I think March Madness is just going to be awesome. Cannot wait.
I think it's going to be upset city this year in the tournament,
Yeah.
especially like those mid, like the 6'11", the 5'12s, the ones that you kind of see it more often. But like looking at their whatever bracket that they put out, what they think, like the one matchup they have is like Kansas, Ohio State. Could be an interesting one. And then what was the other one I saw? Like BYU, they got an 8 seed against Utah State. But then you see like Florida lost to Georgia the other night,
Yeah.
so like some teams can go cold and another team gets hot. Like last year, that dude from Oakland hit
Yeah.
like 10 threes against Kentucky,
Yeah.
and that was
The,
madness.
the other thing I totally forgot about last year, remember the run that NC State made?
Hit DJ Burns, baby.
They were not even gonna even close to making the tournament. So first they ran through the ACC tournament and won, and then made a huge run in the tournament. It was
Yeah,
so fun.
they picked, yes, and like it's hard to tell too which teams are like hot going into conference play, especially with like the smaller schools, the ones that don't get any TV time. Like it's hard to get a read on those teams at all either when you're making your picks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. It should be a great year of March Madness.
I saw or I forget. Oh, it was on Pardon My Take the other day. What's his name? Big time college basketball guy they're interviewing, talking about how literally right as of right now, if the tournament were to begin today, you could legitimately see 14 out of the 16 teams in the SEC making the tournament.
That's pretty good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because I mean that conference certainly was never really known outside of Kentucky and then obviously Florida, here and there. Definitely not a basketball conference.
Yeah. Now they're pretty dang good. Yeah, because like Vanderbilt keeps beating people, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't even know who's on Vanderbilt. Is Jerry Stackhouse still their coach?
I think
Oh,
so.
I don't think
No?
so. I think he's on, isn't he on like the Lakers staff?
Oh, wasn't he still their coach last year?
I think last year was his last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mark Byington. I don't know.
Huh. Okay.
Good for them though. 19-9, and they're ninth in the SEC.
Yeah. I think it was the only teams he said that have no shot right now are South Carolina and I forget who the other team was.
I can find it for you right now.
Yeah. Uh,
Stackhouse with the Gold
South
State.
Carolina, LSU.
yeah, LSU. That's
I mean,
crazy.
even some of those other teams aren't great in the conference, but they have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight in the top 25.
Yeah,
Half of the SEC's top 25.
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, let's shift to a little bit of NBA talk here before we get out of here. We can't we cannot not mention the Detroit Pistons, our Detroit Pistons. They've now won 8 in a row. Again, last night, Wednesday night, huge win against the Boston Celtics. Beat them by 20 points. Let's see, where have they bumped up now? Or are they still looking at a 6 seed at this point?
They are tied with the Bucks at the fifth, five, 6. They
Yeah,
have a potential to have a home playoff series
unreal.
after being the worst team in the NBA last year and not getting the number one pick.
Yes, of course they didn't.
Nope, of course they didn't. But yeah, they're cooking. They look like they're having fun, which is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've seen some of their Instagram stuff, and they look like they enjoy each other, which is good. And it's just a team full of grinders. There's not superstars, and they've done it without Jaden Ivey as well after he broke his leg.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're solid. It's an exciting time. Detroit sports. Let's go.
Right. It is.
Oh yeah. I'll squeak into the playoffs maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red Wings right now would be in, I think.
yeah, they're a wild card, I believe, or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
I think wild card. Yeah, they're a wild card team.
crazy. That would be
Yep.
nuts if in the same few months here, 6 months span, you get the Tigers, the Lions, the Pistons, and the Red Wings all playing playoff, um, all making the playoffs.
Yeah. I wonder when the last time that happened in Detroit.
Oh, I mean, it may never have. I mean, think about the Lions have only made the playoffs
True.
3 or 4 times in franchise history.
Yeah. 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 And the Wings were there pretty much every year for a long time.
And the Tigers, at least in my lifetime, made it in 84, 87, and then
Big run in the
oh 06.
2010s.
Yeah. So to try to find a year where all four of them made it, I would be shocked if it's ever happened.
Yeah. That's sweet. Things are looking up for Detroit.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? Who at this juncture of the season, who are a few teams you think got a shot at making it to the NBA Finals or well, winning the NBA Finals this year?
Mm, Celtics.
Roll with Cleveland.
Here's what I want to know. I would love to get you guys' take on this. So you got a team like Cleveland who by far has the best record in the East, and you got a team like Oklahoma City who by far has the best record in the West. And you got all these other teams that make the playoffs pretty consistently. You've got these players on these teams that are consistently playing in the playoffs. And then you got a team like OKC and a team like Cleveland who have it's been a long time and few and far between where they've been that successful. Could we be seeing a situation here where a team like Cleveland and a team like Oklahoma City, they're just kind of naive and they're kind of actually playing hard every single night and actually caring about their games and actually trying to win. And that's why we're seeing teams like Cleveland and Oklahoma City having these phenomenal seasons where you got all these other teams that are, you know, more of kind of what we see now, where they don't really try that hard during the regular season, and come playoff time, they're going to get it in gear. And so, are we being a little bit misled by how good Cleveland and Oklahoma City are for those reasons? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you usually think like I feel like you get all those NBA guys that talk about, oh, you got to be veterans to do well in the playoffs and understand how the playoffs work and da 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 and all that. And then Cleveland and Oklahoma City are both loaded with 20-year-olds, which I don't know. I think Cleveland is dominating this year. Holy smokes, they both are.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. That's weird, but 7 game series are tough as well. When you got to continuously play teams over and over and over again, maybe the young guys kind of burn out a little bit where people who have been there before and been there, done that kind of prepare better, or I guess it all depends. But I think it'd be interesting to see those two in the finals where it's two really young teams playing against each other. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it could be a weird playoffs because the East is pretty. They're not bad, but like the top three, like the Knicks are a weird team. Celtics are still very good. Cleveland's talented, and then in the West, like Memphis and the West is kind of funky this year because you don't see Golden State. Um, Minnesota's not as good as they were, and then Dallas is in shambles after they traded Luca, and then the Suns aren't in the playoffs either.
Right.
So it could be a year of some young talent winning the finals, which would kind of change the ways of the NBA, I would think, a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah, at least for a year. I think Kurt was trying to hit the point that and maybe Trent, you kind of said it was. I think those younger teams have kind of just bought into the playing hard all the time and playing the right way. I mean, they're both besides Memphis. I mean, uh, you know, Cleveland's averaging like 120 plus. Memphis is over 120. Um, but they're playing hard. They're probably, I have not watched enough probably to even make a comment. But as you look at it out from an outside view, that would be my thought. With these guys are just doing it the right way, and they're so young they're not load managing. They're not worried about who's winning, who's scoring. Um, what's the Mitchell from Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
His stats are down. He's taking a little less role of scoring, but he's kind of scoring when they need it. Um, and so maybe even he's bought into the idea of like, hey, if we play more together, I could still score when I need to, but the basketball is going to be a better brand if I'm playing a little bit more how it's intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just don't hear about him because all you still hear about is LeBron.
Right.
Right.
That's all they talk about still is LeBron. It's like, well, you got a 48-10 team in the East and a 47-11 team in the West, and you really don't hear anything about them, which
Right.
could probably benefit both of them as well. Because it's like, hey, we're
Yeah.
just flying under the radar, winning a bunch of games,
Yeah.
and that's a-okay with us. So
It'll be interesting if the NBA would let one of those teams
true,
keep
very
winning
true.
without
Yeah,
a super team.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, last question. I know we got to kind of get Big Mo going here. We'll get to our top three in just one second. Last thing, I mean, do you think the Pistons got a shot of making it out of the East?
Let's go.
I mean, they just beat arguably, I mean, not record-wise, but arguably the best team in the East, Boston, by 20.
Yeah, 7 game series with Boston's different though than
Well,
one
and
game.
5-7,
and to
whatever.
and to the point we were just talking about, Boston's a team that won it last year. Now these guys are veterans. How much are they really caring about the regular season?
Yeah.
Where you got a team of young guys like the Detroit Pistons that are out to try to prove that they actually belong. So two different totally mentalities, and then you get to the playoffs where Boston could say, okay, now it's time to play.
Yeah, they just turn it on and dominate.
Yeah.
That could be too.
But as long as the Pistons make the playoffs, that'll be quite an accomplishment. It'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, get the Pistons in a 7-game series rather than the stupid playing game.
Yeah.
Give them a chance. See what they
Uh,
can do.
all right. Well, hey, let's wrap it up here. We'll end the show here with our top three. We've done a while ago. We did Asian dishes. We've done Italian dishes. Today we're going top three Mexican dishes. Trent, spin that wheel.
Let's go. First pick is Big Mo.
Ooh, man. Ouch.
Second pick,
I'll go number one, by the way.
Okay.
Purdy.
I'll go number two. I
All
feel like
right, all right.
first or third. I think it'd be fun to go second this time. And then Trent will go third. All right, Big Mo, what do you got?
I'm going to go with, oh, man. Tough one to go first. But who doesn't? I mean, I guess we're leaving this open to almost anything, right? That's kind of what
Oh
we're
yeah.
saying.
There's no
Yep.
rules.
No
Well,
rules.
you heard our Asian dishes, Big Mo.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
We literally just went down the street to China Kitchen and just ordered.
And I'm guessing our Italian dishes were probably not all
Yeah,
authentic.
those weren't very good either. Yeah.
I'm going to just go with the fact that if you go to a Mexican restaurant right now, everybody can enjoy. And the number one reason you might even go is the chips and salsa. And it
Good
just
choice.
hits different when you're in a restaurant. The
Yeah.
restaurant style salsa just
True.
completes it.
Yep. You got the Mexican music in the background,
Yeah.
chip salsa, margarita.
Yeah, margarita, Modelo's.
Oh yeah.
Corona. All right, I'm gonna go, no surprise here, the cheese quesadilla. Quesadilla, just cheese. Friendly reminder, I do have several one bite quesadilla reviews I hear on the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. Feel free to go and check them out. Last night, again, the three of us, we met up for dinner, late night dinner at Big E's Sports Bar. Had a cheese quesadilla. That is one of the quesadillas that I did review. And it was, again, phenomenal last night. Uh, the other great thing, we haven't talked a ton about it, but I had that gastric sleeve surgery this last fall. Stomach is shrunk. Only could eat half of it, and now I got the other half for dinner tonight.
Let's go. 2 meals for one.
Yes, love it.
All right. I get back to back.
You
Back to
do.
back.
Give me tacos. Don't care what kind. Whatever you want to do. Corn flour. Either or.
Meat,
And
meat
huh?
choice, meat
Oh,
choice,
you steak. You can do steak, cheese, or steak, chicken, or what's the other one?
ground beef.
Chorizo.
Oh, chorizo. Okay.
And number two, give me some steak fajitas
Okay. Nice.
with
Can't
the
go
grilled
wrong with the
peppers and
fajitas.
onions, and yeah, give me those.
This is probably more of an Americanized Mexican dish, but I like a good old-fashioned tortilla chip. So at least you got that aspect of a Mexican dish. Tortilla chips. You spread shredded cheese all over it, pop it in the oven or microwave, melt that cheese. Um, I'm not going to call it nachos. Nachos is is way
It
above and beyond.
sounds like nachos, Kurt.
That sounds like nachos, Kurt.
Well, but I'm not putting anything on it. It's just the chips and the melted cheese. I
Sounds like
want
a
to
Village Inn classic. Give me the chips and cheese.
I want to leave nachos on the table for you guys. Real true nachos in case you guys wanted to choose nachos.
Uh,
Nobody else is taking nachos. We'll throw them off the table.
All right, back to you, Big Mo, to wrap up round two and kick
Ooh,
off round three.
I got back to back. Oh, Kurt, we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, there we go. Little stutter.
Oh.
I'm gonna go huevos rancheros.
oh,
What is that?
Well, what's that?
What is that?
Like an egg dish. kind of like a breakfast with like the salsa, eggs, just a mid-morning.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, best I've had is DeBoer's, but it's not like I go out and get it all the time. So
Okay.
shout out to DeBoer's and Holland there.
Go.
Um,
Yeah, DeBoer's
what a
field.
little for my third one, a little chili Relano, like a stuffed pepper.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
those are good.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
those are good.
Little red sauce, kind of just soaked in it. Oh, come on now.
Sure.
Very
Um,
good.
I'm gonna go burrito, dry
Uh,
burrito. I'll leave what burrito on the table for you guys, or well, you know what?
So
Um,
nice of you, Kurt.
so here's how I'm building it. I got steak in it. I've got lettuce in it. I've got cheese in it, and I've got some sort of well, I got jalapenos in it, and I've got some sort of sauce in it that's got to have some kind of kick to it. It could be like a hot salsa. It could be like a uh, chipotle mayo.
No, that's not a sauce, by the way.
It could be a jalapeno ranch. Some sort of sauce that's got a kick.
All right, burrito. Good one.
Burrito.
Good
Uh,
one.
all right, Trent, wrap her up.
Last one. Give me some tamales.
Oh, how did I forget tamales?
Love me some tamales.
Yes,
And I
good.
don't care what's in it. You can do the breakfast ones. You can do the. I know there was like a cheese potato one. I think I had before, which was very good, and they had diced jalapenos in it. Or some just shredded chicken, which is they're great. They're good.
Well done. Well
Um,
done.
any others? Any others we missed that you guys wanted, or maybe gonna say if you got?
I had some taquitos.
Oh,
They're like the deep fried thing stuffed with some meat.
yeah, great at 7-Eleven.
Not the frozen ones. Although those are pretty good.
Those aren't bad. Come on now.
Not bad.
How about enchiladas?
Yeah, enchiladas,
Oh,
good one.
yep.
Yeah, throw that out there. Nobody
What?
said a little shrimp taco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, come on now.
Have you ever
Uh,
had the shrimp cocktail? Have you ever seen someone get one of those?
No.
isn't that just
It's like a
shrimp?
massive, like Bloody Mary-ish
Mix?
sauce. I don't know what it is,
Does that
but
have a special name?
it comes in a huge glass, like a massive glass, and then they put the shrimp all around the rim. And they look pretty good, but I don't think I would. I don't know if they drink it or I don't know,
I think
but
it's
it
a
looks
dip.
it looks good.
Yeah.
But if it was a dip, you would think it would just be like a little
Yeah.
dish for the
Can
dip. But
you
it's a massive, like,
have you seen that at a Mexican restaurant?
yeah, El Rancho.
Okay.
Yeah, it's huge. So I don't. I'm assuming it's a drink as well as I don't know.
I like a wet burrito too, so it'd be a burrito with the enchilada sauce on it with some melted cheese. Um, what else?
Can't go
So,
wrong.
chicken enchilada soup.
Oh, yeah.
True, that is good. Ranchos is. Have you had El Rancho's chicken enchilada soup?
No, I haven't.
It's
Good.
delicious. Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Shout out
Um,
Rancho
for sure. For sure. If they were open later, we would have went there last night.
for sure.
All right, fellas. Enjoy your weekend. I'm sure lots of college basketball will be watched. Big Mo, we'll see you tomorrow night at Calvin University. We'll be cheering on your Hope Flying Dutchman, hopefully for a victory over Trine to advance to the conference championship game on Saturday.
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
All right, we will see y'all next time. Go St. John's, go Blue.
See ya.